Hello everyone. Welcome back. Many queens once stood at the heart of turbulent times, carrying with them the strength, intellect and power that the world would never forget. Elizabeth I, Catherine II, Maria Theresa, Marie Antoinette, names forever tied to dynasties, reform and tragedy. Based on official historical records, advanced reconstruction software, and modern AI technology, these faces now return. Sharp, vivid, and full of presence. Who would you like to meet next? Let us know in the comments. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Number 1. Maria Theresa, 1717–1780, was the Queen of Austria and the only female ruler of the Habsburg dynasty, rising to power during a succession crisis. She fought to defend her throne and preserve one of the largest empires in Europe. Though denied the title of Holy Roman Emperor, she ruled with full sovereign authority. Her legacy includes sweeping reforms in education and the military, and she remains a pioneering figure in the advancement of women in European politics. Number 2. Catherine II the Great, 1729–1796, was the most powerful Empress of Russia, ruling for over 3 decades with reformist vision and imperial ambition. She modernized the nation, championed enlightenment and the arts, yet also intensified repression and strengthened autocracy. Her scandal-filled private life, including numerous lovers and a thirst for power, has fueled admiration and debate alike. Both revered and controversial, Catherine became a towering figure in history, whose legacy still fascinates and divides scholars and storytellers today. Number 3. Elizabeth of Russia, 1709–1762, daughter of Peter the Great, seized the throne through a bloodless coup and ruled with charm, artistic flair, and opulence. She commissioned the Winter Palace and promoted culture and architecture. Yet her reign drew criticism for its impulsive governance, failure to reform serfdom and extravagant lifestyle. Elizabeth's legacy remains one of contradictions marked by beauty, celebration, and neglect of deeper structural change in the empire she so lavishly adorned. Number 4. Mary I of England, 1516–1558. Daughter of Henry VIII, was the first legitimate queen to rule England. She is remembered for restoring Catholicism and her brutal persecution of Protestants, which earned her the name Bloody Mary. Though married to the King of Spain, she remained isolated and childless. Her short reign remains controversial, seen by some as religious fanaticism, by others as a defense of faith. Mary's legacy is as contested as the crown she briefly wore. Number 5. Elizabeth I of England, 1533–1603, daughter of Henry VIII, and Anne Boleyn was one of the greatest queens in history, ruling for over 40 years. She maintained her throne through turbulent times, refused to marry and styled herself the Virgin Queen. Under her reign, England defeated the Spanish Armada and entered a cultural golden age. Yet her iron rule and lifelong solitude remain subjects of debate. Elizabeth's legacy blends brilliance, resilience, and enduring mystery. Number 6. Anne of Great Britain, 1665–1714, was the last Stuart monarch and the first to rule over a unified Great Britain. She endured profound personal tragedy, suffering 17 miscarriages and child losses. Her reign saw the War of the Spanish Succession and the growing dominance of parliamentary power. Though known for her gentleness, Anne was often viewed as overly influenced by her close advisors. Her legacy is one of sorrow and transformation, marking the end of a dynasty and the rise of a new political order. Number 7. Marie-Louise of Austria, 1791–1847, daughter of Emperor Francis II, became Empress of France through her marriage to Napoleon in 1810. After the empire collapsed, she did not follow him into exile, but was granted sovereign rule over the Duchy of Parma in 1816. There she governed for over 30 years, promoting education, welfare, and the arts. Remembered as a gentle yet capable ruler, she was admired in Parma but criticized elsewhere for abandoning her husband and imperial duties. Number 8. Sophie of Bavaria, 1805–1872. Mother of Emperor France. Joseph II was a powerful archduchess often called the uncrowned Empress of Austria. Though she never reigned, she exerted strong influence over state affairs and was instrumental in placing her son on the throne. Known for her strict conservatism and political ambition, Sophie also drew criticism for her cold relationship with her daughter-in-law, Empress Elizabeth. Her legacy is one of sharp intellect, iron discipline, and enduring controversy within the Habsburg dynasty. Number 9. Anna Ivanovna, 1693–1740, niece of Peter the Great, became Empress of Russia after accepting limited powers only to abolish them soon after. She ruled with an iron hand, elevating her German favorites and allowing foreign influence to dominate the court. Her reign was marked by grand pageantry and chilling repression, earning both awe and resentment. While she maintained imperial stability, critics saw her as autocratic and detached. Anna's rule remains a somber, controversial chapter in Russia's imperial saga. Number 10. Maria Feodorovna, 1759–1828. Empress of Russia from 1796 to 1801. Wife of Tsar Paul III. Born a German princess, she quickly adapted to court life and became known for her intellect and strong engagement in education and the arts. After Paul's assassination, she retained significant influence during the reign of her son Alexander III. Yet her deep involvement in court politics and family affairs sparked both respect and controversy. Maria's legacy is one of dignity, strength, and enduring complexity. Number 11. Maria of Hungary, 1371–1395, was one of medieval Europe's few reigning queens ruling Hungary from 1382 until her death, ascending the throne after the death of her father, Louis VIII. She faced a succession crisis and fierce opposition from the nobility. Though her mother Elizabeth held much of the actual power early on, Maria remained the sovereign in name. Her brief but turbulent reign ended in tragedy. She died at just 24, leaving behind a legacy of instability and resistance. Number 12. Augusta Victoria, 1858–1921, wife of Wilhelm II, was the last Empress of Germany, serving from 1888 to 1918. Known for her piety, grace, and charitable work, especially in founding hospitals and Protestant women's organizations, she played a supportive yet visible role in imperial life. Though admired for her devotion, she was also criticized for endorsing her husband's conservative and militaristic policies. After the fall of the empire, Augusta Victoria lived in exile, her royal life ending in quiet retreat. Number 13. Isabella of Bavaria. 1370–1435 was a controversial queen of France who held real power, while King Charles VI descended into madness. She was accused of betrayal for supporting the English during the 100 Years' War and helped ignite the brutal Armagnac-Burgundian Civil War. Though seen as opportunistic and extravagant, Isabella was also a refined patron of the arts, known for her private library and dazzling jewelry collection. She died in obscurity, leaving behind a deeply complicated legacy. Number 14. Joanna, First of Naples, 1326–1382, was one of the most captivating and controversial queens of 14th-century Europe. Accused of murdering her husband Andrew of Hungary, she lost the trust of both the Hungarian crown and the Pope. Though briefly overthrown, Joanna reclaimed the throne through daring political alliances. A brilliant patron of the arts, she was also seen as an opportunist. In 1382, she was brutally murdered, ending a reign marked by beauty, ambition, and bloodshed. Number 15. Margaret Warmserter I of Denmark, 1353–1412, was a brilliant queen who united Denmark, Norway, and Sweden under the Kalmar Union in 1397. Though ruling in the name of her son, she held real power and governed with intelligence and diplomatic skill. Margaret maintained peace across Scandinavia for over a generation. Her reign is remembered as a triumph of female leadership. She died in 1412, leaving behind a legacy of unity, strength, and vision. Number 16. Isabella of France, 1295–1458, was a French princess and Queen of England. She became infamous for overthrowing her husband, King Edward II, after years of humiliation alongside her lover, Roger Mortimer. She ruled as regent for her son, the future Edward III, known as the She-Wolf of France. Isabella is a complex figure condemned by some as a traitor, praised by others for ending a weak reign. Her legacy blends scandal strategy and the fierce will of a medieval woman in power. Number 17. Victoria, 1819–1901, was the longest reigning British monarch of her time, ruling from 1837 to 1901. She became the face of the Victorian era, marked by industrial growth, imperial expansion, and strict moral codes. Admired for her steadfastness and devotion, she was also criticized for her conservatism and detachment from the working classes. Victoria's legacy is a powerful blend of imperial grandeur and social tension, shaping an age that bears her name and continues to define Britain's historical identity. Number 18. Maria of Romania, 1875–1938. Granddaughter of Queen Victoria, served as Queen of Romania from 1914 to 1927. Celebrated for her beauty, intelligence, and diplomatic talent, she famously represented Romania at the Paris Peace Conference in 1919. A national symbol during World War I, Marie was admired for her courage, but also stirred controversy due to her political influence and colorful private life. Her legacy endures as one of patriotism, charisma, and the modern strength of a queen in a changing world. Number 19. Marie Antoinette, 1755–1793, was the last queen of France before the Revolution, serving from 1774 to 1792. Born into Austrian royalty, she became known for her striking beauty and lavish lifestyle during a time of national hardship. Vilified as the symbol of aristocratic decadence, she faced relentless public hostility. Executed alongside her husband in 1793, Marie Antoinette remains one of Europe's most controversial royal figures. Her life a blend of opulence, politics, and the violent end of a collapsing monarchy. Number 20. Catherine de' Medici, 1519–1589, was one of the most powerful and controversial queens of Renaissance France. As the wife of King Henry II and mother to 3 French kings, she effectively ruled during the Wars of Religion. Renowned for her sharp intellect and intricate diplomacy, she was suspected of orchestrating the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre. Despite the controversy, her legacy spans politics, the arts, and the complex role of women in royal power. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to share it with your friends and hit subscribe so you won't miss our next exciting content.